Hello, I'm Jayden, and I have a little sister called Kendra. Our parents died when Kendra was just 2 years old. They had a motor accident on their way back from an event. We had no relatives, so we were moved from one foster home to another. It was really hard for us, and I had to look out for my little sister. When I turned 18, I got a job and decided to move out of our foster home. I took my sister Kendra with me, and even though my job barely fed us or paid the rent and bills, I was still glad we'd started a new life. Patrick lived a few blocks away from us, and he seemed to have so much money because he always drove fancy cars and wore expensive jewellery. He was nice to us and sometimes gave us money to pay the bills or buy food. So, one day at the office, we were all invited into a meeting, and we were told by the manager that the business is closing down and making employees redundant. I was devastated. How will I survive or even take care of my sister without any money? I tried looking for a job, but was always unsuccessful. Life was becoming unbearable for both of us. Patrick was really helpful and asked Kendra and I to move in with him. He provided our basic needs, and life became a lot better. Patrick had this group of friends that trooped in and out of the house all the time. They looked really creepy and would hold meetings in a private room for hours. So one day, Patrick called me and said he had a job that would make me a millionaire in a short time. I was eager to make money, so I said, "I will do anything, Patrick." Well, he explained to me that he's a drug dealer and owns a big cartel. He wanted me to become a distributor to deliver drugs to his client, and in turn, I will be given a huge commission after each drop. I didn't want to do drugs. It's dangerous and illegal. I asked, what if I was caught? But Patrick made it seem like the distribution process will be very safe. I told Patrick I was going to think about it and then went to my room. I couldn't sleep all night. The commissions were huge, I thought, and this might be a chance to live a good life and take care of my sister. But what if I get caught? I'll probably spend half of my life in jail. I was confused, scared, and didn't really know what to do. The next day, Patrick met me and asked what my decision was. I was still thinking about it, so I asked him to give me more time. After 3 days with no answer, I guess Patrick got fed up because he called me up to his room and said that I need to choose between working for him or leaving his home. I felt like I was in between the devil and the deep blue sea. How would we survive with no money or food if we left? So I agreed to work for Patrick. I started delivering drugs and making so much money. Life was getting better and I was able to buy anything I wanted. But then I noticed my sister started taking drugs and became addicted. I tried to talk her out of it, but she would always say that she's a big girl and can take care of herself. She's only 15 and is the only family I have in this world. I was worried and didn't know what to do. Then one day, on my way to do deliveries as usual, there were gunshots fired within the building. I wasn't sure what was going on, but the police quickly turned up. I tried to hide, but I got caught and they searched me. They found lots of drugs on me and I was arrested. I was sentenced to 5 years in prison with a minimum of 2 years. My world broke apart and I cried so hard that night. My sister has become a junkie and I am now spending years in jail. I wished I'd never agreed to work for Patrick. I was released after 2.5 years for good behavior, and I promised myself that I will never do drug trafficking again. I also ensured that my sister was admitted to a drug rehab facility, and she is recovering now. I have learned a big lesson in life, and all I want to do now is get my life together and focus on my future.